Hello.
Welcome. This is Joji's journal. Today is Friday, November 9th of 2018, and my name is Joji, and I have the pleasure of having today my friend Ale.
Hello.
Join me. Ale is my dearest friend. If you follow me on social media, you probably saw Ale's face a lot of times because we are together at least once a week.
Yes.
We get together.
When we know travel.
When I'm in Argentina.
When you are in Argentina. And me too, in Argentina.
You too. We both travel a lot, but if we are both staying at home, then we get together at least once a week.
Yes.
Probably twice a week.
Yes.
And yes, so Ale was recording her podcast. She has a podcast in Spanish, and she asked me if I could record with her. So I asked her if she could record today with me.
Yes.
So that I can introduce you to her and tell you more about what we do together, the things that Ale makes. So Ale, where can people find you on Instagram?
Yes, on Instagram I am Pura Hilados, and on Ravelry I am Ale Pont.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Ale, besides of being my awesome friend, she also has an indie dye business.
Very small.
Yes. You might call it small, but for us Argentinian knitters, it's very big.
Yes.
Because we treasure the things that you make for us, and it's not easy. I've told many times it's not easy for us to get materials from other places of the world. So everyone was very happy when you started dyeing, because then you provided with a very excellent quality product to a market that doesn't have.
Yes, and I am very grateful because you have supported me so many times during years, because I think I am with Pura Hilados since 4 years or 5 maybe.
Yes. So it's been a journey.
Yes. So, thank you all of the knitters from here.
This is the place where the journal sponsors Ale. I would really like to show you what Ale does for a moment, because I also like to really put the spotlight on Argentine artisans. There aren't many of us, really. So whenever someone's doing really good, I like to feature that in the podcast, because I think it's also this little space is a window of the world to seeing some of the things that we do around here. So I've showed your yarn many times in the journal, but I brought one skein of the yarn that Ale makes. And do you want to tell us about the fiber?
Yeah, the fiber is merino from our Patagonia. We are, I think, a big producer of Argentina is a big producer of merino fiber.
For example, for people who are used to knitting with wool folk yarn, most of their merino yarn comes from the south of our country, so you're used to that very soft quality. Yes. That kind of fiber is similar to the fiber that Ale uses in her products.
Yes, they came from Chubut, I think. From Woolfolk also.
Yes.
From Chubut. It's a province from Argentina, in the south. And this is the Pura Plus, and is worsted weight yarn. And it is very, very soft, and the way
it is plied.
Is very special.
It's like braided, I feel.
Yes,
like. It's like a braid.
Yes. The 2 ply, and these two
are
ropes are plied together. So it is very, I don't know the word. Yeah.
And good for cables.
Yes, good for cables. But it's not superwash.
It's not superwash. No. It's not superwash. This is 100% locally made yarn, and there aren't any superwash process manufacturers that we know of.
Yes.
So she couldn't get the superwash base. But a lot of people are now interested in sourcing yarns that aren't superwash.
And I think the way it's applied is very good for this yarn, for this fiber. Also the sock base that is like this, but it is a fingering weight, and it's very I don't know the word, aguantadora,
sturdy, like hard wearing.
Yes.
Even though it's soft, it's very hard wearing.
Soft and non-superwash. It is very
tricky.
Yes.
So Ale has her shop open today, because we figure that some people who are watching the podcast might be interested in seeing what she makes. But we are traveling together next week. We're going to tell you more about that. So anything that you purchase from Ale's shop will be custom made when you come, back. But since we were going to be recording, I told Ale, but maybe some people want to go to your shop and check out your stuff. So that's that. And yes, promotion is over. But I really love Ale very, very much. And
thank you.
Since you're here with me, I really wanted to show everyone your business, because I really, truly appreciate it.
Yes, I made it with all my love.
Yes, you do. You do. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Ale and I met today, and we found out that there's a new presence on Instagram.
Yes.
And it brought back a lot of memories, and we went down memory lane big time today. So
a long memory lane.
So if you haven't noticed, Ravelry, our community, the community that most knitters use to communicate and to get patterns from and to share what they are making, Ravelry has just started their Instagram account.
Yes.
You probably never noticed, or maybe you did, that they didn't have an Instagram account. But in a time where everyone has an Instagram account, I was kind of excited to hear that they finally have...
It's a big news.
It is a big piece of news. I think that we were reflecting over the fact that they still hadn't, even though all the individuals who make Ravelry have their own Instagram accounts, we were reflecting on the fact that they were not present on Instagram, and that we sort of felt a bit... What happened to me is that when we all moved to Instagram and we started sharing a lot more on Instagram, or maybe the same as we did on Ravelry, but part of the conversations that used to happen on Ravelry moved to Instagram.
Yes, I think the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I felt kind of lost, because I feel so safe on Ravelry, because you feel like everyone who's, hanging out there is good people and they have good intentions.
Yes.
And you always feel you're in a safe environment.
And we talk a lot about Ravelry, about how we start on Ravelry, and it was very sensitive. I don't know, emotional
for us.
Yes, because we met each other on Ravelry 11 years ago, and I received an invitation from a girl called Navy, and she used to have a blog like I do, and you too.
I did.
You did, and she mentioned that I think she knows Casey and Jess personally, but she's from Monterrey. I will try to reach out, Navi, and she told me that if I want to
if you wanted to join
the new community, and I say yes. And I think it was in July or August from 2007, and I am the Ravelry number 8132.
So that's amazing.
I am an old woman.
No, you are an old Ravelry user. Yes, and back at the time, for me, what happened is that I was reflecting today about that because Ale and I were together, and I remember back in 2004, I decided to start knitting. I had learned previously, but I had never been a knitter, and I decided to become a knitter. And I wanted to.
Sorry, but I have all the messages from in the message mailbox from Ravelry, and I have the one from Joji that the first one, and she asked me about a yarn a sock yarn that I made.
And now you're making sock yarn.
Yes, but at this time we hadn't met. No, we haven't met each other because you were waiting Sevi, I think.
Yes, I was expecting Sevi. So
and a lot of months after we met personally.
So I was thinking back in 2004. I started looking at blogs and trying to learn more, and I kept looking for Argentine knitting blogs because I couldn't afford to buy things from other countries, and I couldn't buy any of the yarns that people were talking about in Argentina. So I wanted to connect with someone local that was able to get the same things that I was getting, and maybe if there were any solutions to problems, like we couldn't find circular needles.
Yes.
Where did you find yours? Do they have them at any store? Or no, I didn't find any circulars, but I did this instead, so I'm using straight needles but sewing the garment here or there. So I wanted to connect with people who were using the same techniques as I was, and I couldn't find many. One of the blogs that I read was Ale's blog, and then there was another blog by a girl named Gabi.
Gabi, see.
But that was it. I used to read, of course, the blogs that other knitters were reading. I would read the Knitting magazine, Brooklyn
and
Tweed,
we start to read the English patterns.
Yes.
And for us was like epiphany. I don't know.
Yes. Like, oh my goodness, you can do all of this with knitting.
Yes, because we are we all of our life we knit in the old way. I don't think it's the correct word, but Argentinian way. Argentine way.
Very traditional, very square, very bidimensional, not three-dimensional. So yeah, we were very old school, and finding all these resources was amazing. And I was telling Ale today that also it was a time for me of great transformation.
Yeah.
Because at that time, 2004 to 2000, 2006 to 2008, I became pregnant with my first child in 2006. I was already knitting and reading blogs, and I decided to stop working as a doctor. Because I was not in love with my career, and
would you like a coffee?
Yeah, thank you,
Virgin.
Thank you. And so, sorry, and I felt that when I left my career, many of my friends were friends from work and from university, and now I was out of those circles.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I was becoming a mother, so I was leaving behind a life of a single young woman to start a life of a mother, of a baby, and possibly more. And then I was also leaving behind a life of a working woman to become, at least for a certain period of time, a stay-at-home mom. And I felt that knitting was the thing that kept me sane during all this transformation, but I felt very lonely because most of the people, most of my friends were left behind because I was changing. I was becoming this new person in so many aspects, and I really, really needed to communicate with someone who I could share the things that I like to read. And I remember when I read Ale's post that she was joining this community, and she described that there were going to be forums, and that there was going to be conversation and friendship. And I thought, okay, I think I should try this out and be brave and find a forum where people from Argentina are just lingering and mingling, and I did.
And then there was a lot of Argentine knitters that joined Ravelry too, and it was amazing. We still met each other to knit, or very often.
Very often.
Yeah.
And it all started because Ravelry gave us this space, these forums where we can actually say, hey, I'm in this city, do people get together? Or I remember that my first questions were like, where did you get that sock yarn? Where did you get the base? What did you dye with? And do you think it's good for socks? Because I've been looking at socks and I want to make some. So yes, that was in 2007. And then 2008, my son was born, and we started getting together that year.
Yeah.
So 10 years ago. So to commemorate that and to celebrate that, Ravelry has now an Instagram presence. We are wearing today our Ravelry badges that we wear.
And we are celebrating 11 years old.
We are celebrating 11 years of Ravelry and almost 10 years of friendship.
Yeah.
My friend Ale, and we are very lucky.
Yeah.
And yes, and also I was telling Ale that I realized that most of the things that happen in my life are centered around Ravelry, because I have now friends that don't knit. And I kept, of course, all my friends from work and from university and, from school. I became confident to regain those friendships, but now I also have my good knitting friends who I share so much with, and my friends are from Ravelry. My travels are centered around Ravelry and work events. My work is because of Ravelry. I got my mother to join Ravelry, and she also enjoys it. So yeah, I think it's
Ravelry is like a
religion.
DNA.
It's like what?
DNA?
It's in our DNA.
ADN?
I think so
for
too.
Us, I think.
So 2 thumbs up for Ravelry's presence on Instagram. For those wondering, the Instagram account is not at Ravelry. It's at hi.Ravelry. So hi.Ravelry. And I think they posted their first post yesterday, so it's very fresh. Go check it out and make sure you follow, because I think that the goal is for the guys to be able to tell us what things we can do with Ravelry, what's going on behind the scenes, and what things they're working on to improve the website, and all sort of things, what events they might be at, and those things. So I think it's super good to stay up to date with whatever they are making.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's talk about knitting.
Yeah.
Okay. What have you finished lately?
I have finished 2 things. One hat. This is the Sabi hat. The Sabi hat is designed by Olga Burasha, and I love this hat.
I love it too.
Yes, it's
You used your yarn.
yes,
for it. So
the Pura Plus.
Pura Plus.
Yes,
In the colorway,
Vera's Party.
Ale designed this color last year when Vera came to Argentina. We were photo shooting Interpretations Volume 5, and she was kind enough to teach a class for a group of Argentine students, and Ale created a colorway to celebrate that occasion, and it was called Vera's Party, because Vera likes all things pink.
Pink.
Yes.
And the pom-pom is from Connie, from Chile Knits.
Chile Knits.
And I think I am a very loose knitter with circular needles, and I think it's a little bigger than the sample.
So this is the smallest size.
Yes,
but
I like it. Yes, because I like it slouchy. Yeah.
So what's the name again?
Sabi hat.
Sabi hat?
See, it's a Japanese word.
Ah, okay. And it's by Olga Buraya Kefelian.
Kefelian, yes.
Or Olga Jassy.
Yes, Olga Jassy knits, no? She's a very, I love her work. And
I love that she makes these architectural, interesting stitch patterns.
Yes.
And that everything she designs looks very clean.
Very clean and very pure, or I don't know the word.
Net.
Yes.
Bold.
Yes, there are no simples. No son simples.
They aren't simple.
Yes, they aren't simple, but they are visually they are very rich. I don't know.
Right, exactly. But not overly feminine. They are more graphic, I would say, her designs.
Yes, I just have another a shawl that she designed. I don't remember now the name, but it's an amazing shawl that has 3 colors. It has a texture that I love. So maybe I will start cast on for this. Okay.
I don't have any finished objects for today. Do you want to show us?
And a very simple Afghan blanket.
Yes, blanket.
Yes, this is for a baby. It's I don't know, proyecto solidario.
Charity project.
For a charity project, and this is the Woodland blanket from Attic 24, and it's a free pattern in Ravelry. It's very simple, and I don't think
I don't know how to crochet. I have learned a couple of times, and I have made some things, but I wouldn't remember how to do it now. But I want to use some of my yarns this summer to make something crocheted.
I love, and I made it with a sort of skeins that I have in my stash, and this is a very popular yarn from here. It's Amancay.
It's 50% acrylic, 50% wool. Super hard wearing, beautiful,
very soft and warm, and
they have amazing colors.
Yes, they have. I think they have 50 colorways
or more.
And each year they renew that, and it's amazing. So it's for Gringa, for
a charity project here in Argentina.
Yes.
So
no more.
I don't have any finished objects for this week, but I've been knitting a lot. But seriously, last time I recorded the journal, I was basically starting all my projects, so I couldn't. But I was very close to finishing my test knit hat, although I didn't make it in time to have it ready before the publication date. I dropped my stitches, but I did my best. I am now working on the crown decreases, so I have like 8 rows left to work before binding off. There we go. So this is the hat that I'm testing for Jody Brown from the Grocery Girls podcast. I am technically not testing it anymore because the pattern has been out for about a week now, I'm gonna say, but it's turning out okay. The size is a bit snug, but I like it. And as you can see, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
And I'm also, where's my yarn? I'm also almost done with my yarn. This is how much I have left, and I have to do
yarn chicken.
Yarn chicken. I have to do 8 more rows here. So what I'm thinking is, if I were not to have enough, I'm just going to do the decreases more often, because it makes no sense adding leftovers to the top of the hat. I probably am not going to have enough yarn to make a pom-pom, but I am going to add a pom-pom in a different color.
Yeah.
Because I like that.
Yeah. Or maybe I have more pom-poms from Connie.
No, but
maybe
you know what? I really like the pom-poms with faux fur, but I have a problem with them, I have to say. Yes. So Jody gifted me a hat when I was in Canada with a faux fur pom-pom, and I don't know if it has to do with the shape of my head, but which is like a rounded head.
What shape have you of head?
It's like an oval shaped head. But what happens is that when I wear those hats with a faux fur pom-pom here, it's the pom-pom is so heavy that it drags my hat, and it ends up being like in this position, and it makes me a bit nervous. Because I usually like run or hike very, I hop, or so I'm trying not to use the faux fur pom-poms because they fall off my head, those hats. They are very heavy. So probably I'm going to do a contrasting color. I'm thinking maybe like a fuchsia pom-pom would be nice, or maybe something neutral like a white pom-pom would also be really nice.
Yes.
And I was knitting this project when I was having dinner with my good friend Anna, and she liked it and she tried it on, so I'm going to give it to her because she's a very good friend.
Yes. And what yarn do you?
This is Brooklyn Tweed Arbor in the tincture colorway. So I only used one skein so far. I think it will be just enough.
Yes, but it is a 50 grams skein.
50 grams skein.
Okay.
50 grams skein. Yes. Yeah.
I love it.
So that's one of my works in progress. What are you working on?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No.
Oh.
No, because I want to...
I didn't know that, actually.
Yes.
I thought you had something in progress.
No. No, here I have the homework from Barcelona. But I am thinking about some need to...
Something to bring with
you. To bring with me to Barcelona, and I need to think.
What would you like to make?
I don't know, maybe a shawl or maybe a cowl. I don't know.
Maybe a what?
A cowl.
A cowl.
A
okay.
cowl.
Yeah.
Or I have tengo muchas ganas.
I want
to start with
the test knit.
The test knit.
Okay, tell us about it if you want.
Yes. I will test knit a garment that Joji designed,
which probably will be published before you finish.
Yes,
it's been test knit for a long time
yes?
now. Yes.
Oh.
But you said you wanted to make it, so I told you I would give you the test version, but actually I think most of them are done.
Ella me engaña.
She says she doesn't tell me the truth.
No, it is the kimono, the olive
kimono.
And I have a personal situation familiar that my husband lived in another country.
Not
but not so
away.
far away. He lives in Montevideo, in Uruguay. And you know that in Uruguay, it's Malabrigo. And it's Berito. And Berito
He's a friend of ours.
is a friend of ours, yes. And I have this one.
You purchased this from Berito.
From Berito, yes.
She
She sells
Uruguayan yarns.
yes, from Malabrigo, and I love it. It's arroyo, but I have only 5 skeins. Maybe I need to knit the kimono a little short,
So that you will have
Yes.
just enough. Yes.
but I love this color.
It's beautiful.
Yes, greenish blue. It's arroyo and greenish blue. And arroyo is
Sport weight.
Sport weight. Yes, it's 100% superwash merino. It's beautiful.
It is.
I love it. And so maybe I need to swatch
Maybe you need to swatch.
before we.
Ali and I are going together next week to Barcelona.
Yes.
I think I mentioned this festival when I recorded last week. I don't know if I mentioned that this time I have a friend traveling with me from Argentina. So we're flying together, which is amazing. I get really lonely on the planes. So having someone coming with me on the plane is a big help and a big motivator. Plus, we are just a little bit too excited about all the activities waiting for us there in Spain for Barcelona Knits Festival. And yes, we spent the whole week planning wardrobes and knits, and I've been planning my classes and a lot of things that I have to do for work there. So yes, but I didn't know that you hadn't swatched yet.
No.
So maybe you need to swatch before you leave.
Yes, maybe.
Yes. Yes. So I have another work in progress.
Yes,
I
an
have
amazing work.
I have my sock that I
Two amazing.
showed you last week, on which I didn't make much progress. I just finished my heel, and yes, so it's getting darker here, so the colors are going to start.
And I think it's
cloudy.
cloudy. It's cloudy.
It's cloudy. The storm is coming, thunderstorm. So I'm sorry, the colors today are not so great. Actually, we started recording this journal at home, and we had recorded about 5 minutes, and then the people who are installing my floor, we didn't know that they were coming, and they turned off their machines, and it was just too loud. We had to come to Mom's house and start over.
Nos asustamos.
Yeah, we got scared.
We got scared. Because
Probably the colors at home would have been a lot better, but yes, we had to come here, and it's a bit darker here than in my garden. So this is the sock that I'm designing for Madeleine Tosh. The yarn is their Eurosock base, and the colorway is called Mars Rover. Yeah, basically it's about the same that it was last week. And I haven't made any progress on those socks because, as I told you last week, I am determined to get my design for Primrose yarn in time. So last week I showed you some skeins. Today I have the top of a sweater to show you. Here it is. Hold on. I think that the colors are not very well represented on the screen. Actually, they are a lot more beautiful than they show, but yeah, it's what it is.
so lovely.
I planned the construction after recording, and I cast on immediately after last journal. So let me show you more or less how this is constructed. This little bit over here, it's actually the back neck of the sweater, and then you have to work in two different directions, so a part of the sweater in that direction and the other part of the sweater in that direction. And you also cast on some new stitches here and then here.
Yeah.
So this, when you fold the sweater, it becomes the top of the back like that, and there's this nice, this cute cable crossing at the back neck. And then at the front you have the same, so you have also the cables growing towards the shoulder, but the difference is that I wanted these thick cables to frame my neck coming from the back neck.
The back neck.
So yeah. I didn't want these cables to come all the way to the front opening, so I had to start this cable and join it to this part of the shoulder. Don't worry, it's all explained in the pattern.
It's like knitting surgery.
So you have to join this section as you go, and then you pick up all the stitches and you work the front in that direction, and then you work this front in that direction. And for the back is the same. You pick up all the stitches along the shoulder, and then you work all the back in that direction. And so the shoulders are put on hold because I want these cables to continue down the sleeve.
On the sleeve.
So when I pick up the stitches around the sleeve, I will continue these cables. And yes, so now everything's joined like this. It's not joined in the round because it's an open front cardigan, so you're working back and forth, but you're working the back and the front at the same time.
At the same time.
And it has different cable patterns. So you have this thick cable for the front that it also appears in the center of the back, and then we have this Japanese sort of lacy cable. It's present here also, and we have this
braid.
Braid, exactly. And also we have the texture stitch that I'm using for my sock that I told you last week I was planning to use for my sweater. And I used that stitch pattern here in the side panel, as you can see, because when I use a stitch pattern that has a small number of repeats, that gives me a lot of flexibility to grade the patterns, which means that I can make this panel smaller or bigger depending on the size that I'm writing this pattern for, and I don't have to worry about taking off a big chunk of a big repeat.
Modify the braids.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going okay. I think I'm alternating skeins.
It's amazing.
Because the yarn is hand-dyed, so I always alternate skeins. And I think I've knit about 2.5 skeins already, and this will have about 7-8 skeins. So I'm about 30% done.
Bam!
Yeah, this is the skein.
You are now knitting the body.
Yes.
I think
but it has pockets.
Ah, okay.
Yes. Okay. I don't know why I went for a super elaborate design with all the types of cables I know, and a coat length with pockets when I'm tied with a deadline, but that's me. You probably know me by now. Those are the things I do when I'm bored. I don't know what to do, so let's make something really complicated. Yes, just in case you didn't saw my last journal, I'm collaborating with Primrose Yarn, and they will have a booth at Vogue Knitting Live where my design will be featured. I'm not going to be at Vogue Knitting Live, but I'm going to send my sweater, and they will be carrying the yarn to make this sweater. They will of course be having other color options and other base options. This is kind of a luxury base because it's a merino cashmere nylon,
Very
but
nice.
they will also have more affordable bases like 100% merino.
The colorway is called.
Mm-hmm. This is
all the lights.
All of the lights.
All of the lights.
Sorry, it's blowing up really bad. No, you won't be able to see it. So all of the lights, and it refers to all of the lights in New York City because it's a colorway that will be featured at Vogue Knitting Live.
Very nice.
Yes, so that's that, and yeah, so those are my works in progress. I don't have anything finished, and yeah, I don't have anything planned to cast on in the future, although I think I would like to bring something to Barcelona that is not so complicated, because I have memorized now all the cable patterns, but I think that I might be tired sometimes, and I might not be thinking clearly all the time. So I would like to bring something a bit easier, but I haven't.
Something in garter stitch.
Something in garter stitch, yes, for sure.
Garter stitch relieve us?
Yes. Relaxes. Ale, so what are your plans for Barcelona Knits next week?
Yes, I'm going to, I want to visit the Basilica from La Sagrada Familia. I don't know the name. I think it's La Sagrada Familia.
Yes.
And then I will attend a class from Isabel Kremer, setting sleeves. We have homework to do.
Can you show us?
Yes. I almost finished it. I think it's a very little joke. Joke is another word. Yeah. British
joke
English. So
this is a joke.
This is a joke. No, a joke. Probably it's a joke.
Probably.
Yes, and the class is about setting sleeves. So
you had to make this in order to pick up stitches around the armhole?
Yes, around the armhole.
And then Isabel is probably going to give you the theory on how to build like your own setting sleeve, or
yes, I don't know. Maybe, yeah.
All right.
So
there was no armhole shaping for the front.
See here, but I need to block it. Here is that little.
No, you didn't do any armhole shaping here.
Here.
You did for the back only.
Maybe.
I'm so good at picking up other people's mistakes.
Yeah.
Sure. So I don't know. Maybe this is how Isabel makes them.
I don't know, because
so the front doesn't have any armhole shaping. It's like straight.
I don't know. Maybe
maybe that's how she makes them, and the back has armhole shaping.
Yes. No, probably I miss a mistake. I make a mistake. Sorry, Isabel. Sorry.
No. Maybe it's how she builds them.
So
we don't know.
I will check it. So,
yes. Before you go to the
yes. And I'm only will make this class because I want to stay at the festival, in the marketplace, and chat with the
local knitters and
yes.
So for me, Ale and I will leave on Wednesday. We arrive to Barcelona on Thursday, and we have some quiet days on Thursday and Friday. I don't work. We have some dinner plans, and we're going to do some sightseeing.
Yes,
to visit the old town.
Yes, on Friday.
And then I'll be teaching both days,
Yes.
Saturday and Sunday. And
Saturday
then
you have a very long day.
Saturday is
Working?
it's something that I've never done before. So Saturday I'm teaching a class in the morning, and then a class in the afternoon, and then another class in the evening.
Yeah.
Which is something that wasn't planned like that initially. I was only going to teach morning and afternoon, but then those classes, I'm very lucky, they sold out very quickly.
Yeah.
And some people hadn't had the chance to check the website to know that there were classes in English available. So the organization asked me if I could add one more class in English for those people who couldn't sign up. So the only time slot to do that was on Saturday night.
Yeah.
So I'm teaching 3 classes, and I don't think I'll be able to do anything else on Saturday. I'm just basically going to
bed.
drag myself to bed, and that's it. And then on Sunday, I have only a morning class, and Ale and I are going to go through the marketplace in the afternoon. And then someone very special will come, because the other reason why I'm going to Barcelona is to photo shoot Interpretations 6. So this is a big thing for me. Every year I write this book together with my friend Pura, and every year we have to get together and plan the photos for the book. And this year is very special because we have the honor of having Jonna Hietala, who is the editor and the photographer too for Line magazine. She's going to be the photographer for our 6th book, and Jonna is arriving on Sunday, and yes, I'm very excited about that. So Monday we'll be scoring locations, we'll be walking around the city looking for places to do some of the photos. And then on Tuesday, Ale is going to help me out. So yeah. Tuesday is production day. Tuesday we will get together with Jonna and Vera and Ale, and there's going to be a makeup artist too who's going to help us. And we're going to hopefully photo shoot the entire book in one day. And yes, so that's my big plan for Barcelona.
Yes, maybe on Monday I will make something with the girls there.
With the local
local knitters. And also I think on Sunday morning during your class I think it is podcasters in Spanish meetup in the festival, so I think I will go there. And then you fly away.
Right.
So I stay. I will stay.
So Tuesday is the photo shoot, which I've been very nervous about.
No.
Because Ale and I have been putting together all the outfits this week for clothes that could go with the hand knits. A lot of the garments I have sewn myself, and Ale has helped me fix some things that needed fixing with the sewing machine. And
no.
Yes.
Nothing.
So, and then on Wednesday morning, really early, I'm going to Berlin. So this is something that we didn't plan initially. I was going to go to Barcelona, do the teaching, the photos, and then come back. But then turns out that my good friends from Germany, Marion and Steffi, who had the web-only store Yarn Over Berlin, they decided to open a brick-and-mortar store also. And this was back in February, I think. So I didn't have a chance to visit, and then they they were sad because I told them I might not come to their next show because I'm taking a break from teaching, and they said, no, but now that we have the store and you are not coming anymore. So I said, okay, I'm going to plan a small detour to Berlin before coming home. So on Wednesday I'm flying to Berlin for the day. So if you're watching this and you are in Berlin area, Vera, Jonna and I will be visiting Jarno Berlin and do a meet and greet on Wednesday, November 21st. And then after that, they're driving me to the airport and I'm flying back home from Berlin. So that's my busy schedule for this trip.
And then you need...
And then I'm
holidays.
going to just hug my men. I'm going to eat and sit by the swimming pool at the summer house and knit, garter, stitch, and sew all the things.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to just stay home for the rest of the year, and it's going to be amazing.
Summer is coming.
Summer is coming over
here. So
yeah, that's the plan for next week. So there's not going to be a journal next week, but hopefully there's going to be another one in 2 weeks. And
with all our
with the haul that I'm going to bring from Europe. Do you want to show us something else?
I don't know, this one or this?
Maybe this?
Yeah. This is
stash
a
acquisition.
Gift. Yeah.
I don't have any stash acquisition.
Yes, it's a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is a skein, a yarn made by Laura. It's an Argentinian dyer. She's from Bariloche.
Also in Patagonia.
In Patagonia.
In the south of the country.
Yes. And this yarn is very soft.
Very soft.
Yeah. And it's mohair with merino.
I love it.
Yes. And she dyes. She is... she was
The brand is Kaya.
Yes. Fue una de mis primeras clientas.
Yes, it was one of your first customers.
Yes, she was a customer, and she is a very, very active knitter, and she's very, very, como muy, sí, para adelante, I don't know the word, active, yeah. Mm-hmm. She made this yarn. This is amazing. And Federica is a friend of us. She gave me. And the name is Kaya. Yeah.
And it's also 100% made fiber to everything made in Argentina.
Made in Argentina. And it's very, I think it's a sport weight.
Yes.
It has
it's silky and shiny.
Yes, and it has
halo.
No, como una mano artesanal de rueca.
Yes, it looks so
it
kind
looks
of handspun.
Yes, like handspun.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. So I will make something beautiful with this. Thank you, Fede and Laura.
So I think that's it. You probably saw my mom going by. But I told my mom that she cannot be a guest every journal because then you will laugh at her all the time. And I cannot have her with me every day. So I said, Mom, you'll be a guest next one. So thank you, Ale, so much for joining me today.
Yes, thank you.
I hope you enjoyed getting to know the people that surround me, the people that support me spiritually so that I can do what I do. This is my safety network, my best friend and my mother. And yes, so we hope you follow us on Instagram so that you know what we're up to when we are off to Spain. And don't forget to follow Ravelry on Instagram too. And see you next time. Bye-bye.